morning, good morning, everybody. I wanted to hop on here really quick. I've been doing a couple things with, working on a couple projects, and I just wanted to try and help share some information. Now, I won't be able to give you all of it today, all of it at this time, but I didn't want to forget to do this live, so I'll come back and I'll do a quote-unquote part 2. But as you see in the description, this is simply if you have a small business or you're looking to start a small business, this information can really help you out. There are a lot of things that plague small businesses, and to the point where most small businesses are unsuccessful. And the number one thing I'm going to say, but this is probably obvious to some people never start them, right? Some people never start the small businesses. They stay in the minds of the people that think of them. Right? So first thing, you have to start your small business. What I want to, and that takes a whole mindset for you to do what it is that you've been longing to do, or what you have had this idea in your mind for such a long time, and then everything gets in the way, whether it's your job, your children, family issues, even some people's education stops them from starting a small business. Once you get out of school, then you're focused back on paying off your student debt, and some businesses just never get out of the planning or the stage of a thought or idea stage. They never make it out of there. I don't know if it's for lack of motivation or things like that, or some people have fear. Fear can be a cause. Fear of loss, fear of failure, all those things like that. So those things can prevent us at times from doing the things that we will, starting a small business or doing anything in life. But the topic is we're talking about starting your business. Now, most of us, I know where I grew up, we had, what's called a side hustle, right? So what I want to do is help you turn that side hustle into a real income-producing business, right? A real income-producing business. Everybody has something that they like to do, and even if you know someone, right, that a lot of times you say, "Hey, why don't you start a business doing that? You're really good at that," and they say, "Nah, I just don't have the time, and blah 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 blah." Yet we have the time to go work at someone else's business, right? Or put in those hours to build someone else's companies and corporations and things of that nature, if that makes sense. So secondly, we want to, I want to speak to those people. Secondly, I want to speak to the people who may have small businesses already. So if you know someone, tag them in the comments, or shoot me up a private message, and we can work with them as well. But like I said, I want to share 10 things that completely cripple and destroy small businesses, and I'm going to do that in a later live. But running a small business is it's tough, right? It's tough. A lot of us run small businesses, part-time. We form LLCs and things of that nature, which is it seemed pretty popular at the end of in 2020 and end of 2019. It was very popular to start an LLC for different reasons. I don't think that people really understand what they are. It just was popular to do. Working your business from home, and you want to protect yourself from liability if in fact something or your entity were to get sued, it won't, attack your personal finances. People can't come up with personal finances, which is true in most cases. But if you ask those people, right, who have a small business, right, and they're working that business, to most people, it's not what they thought, because they're dealing with a lot of these things that are on the list of these 10 things, and it becomes a nightmare for them, because they're working more hours than they did at their job, and basically there's no sick time, there's no personal leave or anything like that. You're working the business because you own that job, right? And most small business fail within the first 3 to 5 years. That's a statistic. But there are reasons why. Nobody ever gets into the reasons why, because first of all, I can tell you right off the rip that small businesses don't have a lot of revenue. They don't have a lot of money to deal with things, so they tend to cut corners. And secondly, they don't have, due to the lack of revenue and funding, they don't have the resources to seek a professional, right? They don't have the resources to seek professional advice when situations come up. So they join these groups, or they ask someone who they believe is smarter than them in the world of business, and they end up with what may be the most logical advice for their situation, right? But then it turns out to be that advice isn't necessarily legal, right? It's not necessarily the right way to proceed with their issue, and they end up a lot of times with more problems than they had in the beginning. And I'm just speaking from what I've observed and my personal experience. So we want to, go over these 10 things that I'm going to do in a live later. 10 things that cripple and destroy small businesses. So for the people who haven't started the small business yet, right, by you knowing these things and having access to people who can give you the solutions beforehand, right? You can ask all your questions and things like that. We can take steps to helping you launch that business with professional advice along the way. And if in fact you already have a business, these things will be beneficial to you, because we can also help you in that area. So just want to say, hope everybody's having a good morning. It's a little rainy out. I'm out driving, just going about my day. It's weird because it doesn't. I don't know. Time is really, really funny. That's a whole nother lie. Time is funny, but yeah. So just to make sure that recap the 10 things that will destroy and cripple any small business. We want to. I'm going to give you those 10 things for free, right? And also offer you a solution. So what I had, this information is really, really, really going to be able to help you guys out. It's helped me out tremendously, and everybody that I've given this information to has benefited from the information in some sort of way. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in to my live. Please stay tuned this evening I'll be doing, going over the 10 things that will surely cripple and destroy your small business if you encounter them. Some of them, one of them can do it, so it's 10 things. If you usually you encounter more than one at a time, and that's the reason why businesses usually go out of business, because they just don't have the resources to help them in these areas. So until next time, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in, and everybody have a good day.